Hello everyone, Angela here with Turo Family Chiropractic and your weekly PSA or Piece of Salutogenic Advice. So we are continuing this month with sharing personal tips and tricks of, the things that we do as a team individually to keep ourselves healthy and sharing those with you to hopefully inspire and help you guys have some ideas and be motivated to take care of your health as well. And so this week we're focused on exercise and physical activity and sharing our favorite ways to stay active. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to share a little bit more about my personal fitness journey and how I came to really fall in love with exercise and what I do to stay healthy. And if you saw on Facebook, the title of this PSA was Fight for Your Health. And that has a very literal meaning for me, since anyone who knows me or knows a little bit about me knows that my absolute favorite form of exercise, physical activity, is kickboxing. And so I discovered kickboxing about 5 years ago at this point. I had been coming out of dealing with a lot of chronic back pain. I was in very poor physical health at that point. I was really working, from ground zero. A lot of people, if you've dealt with injuries, you know that you really have to start over, start from the basics and work your way back up, which was very difficult for me being young, being a former athlete. I had always had, been in fairly decent shape. So it was very difficult to have to kind of, take myself back to the point that I had to basically, relearn how to walk the right way and get myself back into a physical condition that I could do more exercise. And I'm so glad that I took the time to do that and do it properly, because, at this point I look back at where I was 5 years ago, and I never would have imagined that not only would I be taking a kickboxing class, but actually to the point that I'm instructing others and, being able to teach classes. And it really just goes to show that, it doesn't necessarily matter what your exercise of choice is, but you want to find something that you love, that you're passionate about, that's going to get you excited, because that is going to ultimately be the motivation to stick with it. If you are miserable at the gym, why on earth would you be motivated to keep going? Maybe you're motivated by some extrinsic factors, things, you want to, you might be motivated by wanting to fit in a certain pant size or weigh a certain amount or do something, that might be your motivation. But if you can find a form of exercise that you truly love, that's going to long term really keep you more motivated, really help push yourself, because when you love it, you're going to want to keep doing it, you're going to want to keep getting better. And so that's really the best thing that you can do. And that's really what I was very fortunate to find with kickboxing. And I went and took a class. I had no idea what it was going to be like. I had no idea if I was even going to physically be able to do it. And, I was kind of nervous, as, we often are when we try new things. And I'm absolutely so glad that I did it, because it was 100% love at first strike. And I have never found an activity that works the whole body, the mind, in the way that kickboxing does for me. It's fantastic for cardio, really gets the heart rate up. It's fantastic for building muscle, building, strength and power. It's great, some days can focus more on power, so throwing stronger punches. Some days you can work more on speed, so, working on throwing those punches faster and getting that stamina up. So it's great for the endurance, great for muscular strength and endurance. And then, ultimately for me, it was just 100% the stress reliever that I didn't know was missing from my life. And since starting it, it's really given me an outlet for some, stress and anxiety, and has given me a way to really help manage some chronic stress that I had been dealing with. And especially coming out of being in chronic pain and, some of the psychological things that go along with that, it really just overall gave me a sense of identity, empowerment, felt strong, felt healthy for the first time in years. And it is something that I have stuck with, for, like I said, going on 5 years now. I love it every single day. I never get sick of it. I never regret a day that I make it to class, or a day that I, get to teach and work with others to help them build their skill. So ultimately, the PSA here is truly to fight for your health. So if you are struggling with something, a chronic condition, or maybe you're just, struggling with the motivation to exercise and to get active, the PSA is really, find something that you enjoy. Try new things. Don't be afraid to try new things. A lot of gyms offer either free first classes or a discounted rate to go for a week or a month. So don't be afraid to try something that maybe has always been on the back of your mind, but you're not sure, go for it, because you might completely surprise yourself. You might fall in love with something that you never thought you would be interested in. You might find something that really clicks for you, works well with you, your body, what you're looking for, and could really be something that you can find and stick with for the rest of your life if you truly like it and truly want to progress with it. So make sure that you're putting yourself out there, you're trying those new things, because at the end of the day, like I said, I never, if you had asked me 5 years ago where I would be, I never would have thought that teaching kickboxing would have been anywhere on that radar. So it just goes to show that you don't know what you're capable of until you truly put yourself out there and you truly give it your all. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Keep following us on Facebook. We have one the rest of this week and then one more week with our Team Turo tips coming at you. So make sure you stay tuned the rest of the month for that. And as always, any questions or comments, please feel free to send them directly or drop them in the comments here. Always happy to hear from you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in on this cold, snowy, late April day. And hopefully the weather will be better next week and I can be back outside. But as always, thanks guys. And I will see you the same time next week. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe.